Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. Today we're going to start a new Let's Play on a game called Little Rocket Lab. Now, if you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, you'll see I'm playing a demo version, but this is more than a demo, it's a play test of a demo. So this is a very, very early version. Just keep that in mind, things are going to change. The game is in very active development. There's no release date specified for the game yet. It's just says like coming soon. But it looks super promising. And again, early version here. So just keep that in mind. Let's jump in and see what this is all about. A new game. Instead of Morgan's Fantastic Machine, we're going to call this Glidercat Let's Play Season 1. Because that's more creative. We will go on with the introduction. And there's a fair amount of narrative in the game, so I'm going to do some reading here. But let's jump in. Boom. I should mention I turned off the music too, just for potential copyright stuff. Okay, Morgan. Morgan, it's time to go. Where did she run off to? Gook. Is that so? All right, I bet that's Morgan sitting right there. Ah, there you are, my dear. Time to go, Morgan. Your father is waiting. Are you playing in the silo again? You really shouldn't be going in there by yourself. You could get hurt. I'm not going, Annie. Stay in here. I'm going to keep working on the rocket. Look at this little picture here. With what tools? I have a hammer. Not everything requires a hammer, my dear. I know this is hard. Believe me, I wish you could stay. I absolutely loved having you and your mother here. And I miss her dearly. I've heard that your father's home is very lovely. There will be lots for you to explore there. I thought this was my home. You're right, this is also your home, and it will always be. One day when you're older, you can come back again. You're always welcome here, Morgan. And then we'll work on the rocket together again? Then we'll work on the rocket together again. Promise? All right, a little preamble here, a little prologue. Promise. "10 years later. Like we're traveling on an empty train. Morgan, is that you? Wait, Veronica? Oh my god, I can't believe it. It's been forever. 10 years to be exact. I'll leave it to you to know the exact number. I haven't seen you since we were kids. I didn't expect to see anyone on this train, actually. Never mind yourself. See, the train's pretty empty. What do you mean? Have you looked around? There's literally no one else here. Visitors to St. Ambrose are few and far between these days. The town doesn't have a lot going for it. It's been a rough time since you've been gone. What brought you back? Are you visiting your aunt? I'm moving, actually. I'm going to be living with Auntie for a while. Oh, this is a good thing, right? I hope so. I've been imagining coming back for years. Now that it's finally happening, I'm worried I'm making a mistake. Or it isn't how I remembered it. No, you're definitely not making a mistake. I'm glad to have you back, and I'm sure everyone else will be too. I hope so. It's been so long since I've seen everyone. I'm excited to see how far Auntie's rocket project has come along. Must be close to finished by now. I was hoping that I could help her work on it again like when I was a kid. Oh, you thought... I see. What? No, I think you're coming here to help is just what we need. 10 years. 10 years for a rocket project. It's so good that you're back again. I'll stop by your aunt's place later to see how you're settling in. Just wait until I tell Rebecca about this. Still remember where you're going? Not yet. But I'll find my way there. See ya. All right, and then we're going to do... there's a bit of credits rolling by. I'm just going to skip this for time. Hit the backspace button. All right, Chapter 1, Spring. All right, a new day. I should talk to Annie. Maybe she can open up the rocket silo and I can take a look. All right, here we are. God, this is our little bedroom at Auntie's house, I guess. We got some little things here on the ground we can pick up. A few little gears, and let's head down. This looks like the little welcome mat, so we'll come out. Oh, there's more stuff we can pick up. Let's just grab it. Bearings, gears. Oh my gosh, Pico! I've missed this robot. Looks like Annie was maybe doing some repairs. He seems to be missing a few pieces. Pico. Oh, so we gotta repair Pico. Let's see here. We got 2 bearings. Looks like we need a bunch of other stuff we gotta go find. Equipment, backpack. All right, well, we'll see about that. Escape out of there. We don't have enough to repair Pico. Let's see what's over here. Rusted drill was once a fine piece of machinery and it can be broken down into reusable components. There's a barrel with some gears in it. We'll take those. We've got some copper wire. We'll grab that. Any other little storage chesty looking things? Rusted robotic grabber was once a fine piece of machinery. Again, can be broken down into components. Anything to interact with here. Rusted assembler. Back upstairs and see if there's any chests or anything. Okay, we got more parts here. I don't know if it's enough. Rusted assembler. It looks like a rusted robotic arm. Thing in here? Nope. Desk? Nope. Nope. Oh, tomorrow's going to be a beautiful sunny spring day. That was our weather report. There's our self turning off TV there. Let's see what we can provide Pico. We still need more stuff. Can I control click this? Yep. What else do you need? You got all the gears. You don't need wire. And you don't need iron plates. What do you need? Stators, heat sinks, and bearings. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We're supposed to go talk to Annie, I think, here. Here we go. Yanka. How was your sleep, my dear? It was good. Thanks again for letting me stay, Annie. I really appreciate it. Letting you stay? Nonsense, my dear. I'm just happy to see you again. I was wondering how work has been going at the rocket silo. Maybe you could show me around. The silo? No, there's no need to go poking around in there. But I thought maybe I could help you out. There's no need to concern yourself with that. We have plenty of work to keep us busy around here. Why don't we get started by breaking down some of this old equipment in the yard? I still have your mother's old hammer here with me. You should have it. Make sure to take good care of it. You can use it to break apart almost anything. All right, new tool. We got a hammer. Okay, and then we got some objectives here, or an objective here in the top left of the screen. Out with the old. Remove 10 old buildings from the yard. This must be the yard. Space to continue. Boom. We got a hammer here. I'm going to put it. And can I put you in the first spot? Tab. Backpack. Okay, the first row of the backpack looks like it's our hot bar. I'm just going to put the hammer there in the front. All right, so let's grab the first item. Our hot bar, and then we got all this rusted equipment here, and I think we just whack it with the hammer. E, I think. Is it E? Yeah. So we're collecting some parts here. Maybe we'll get parts for the our little robot mascot. Got a little bit of range here. For our hammer, we don't need to be right up next to things. Just gonna break down this stuff. This looks like a big old splitter. What is that thing? Rusted assembler level 2. All right, we completed the objective, but I'm going to rip out the rest of this section just for parts. What is this guy? Rusted crane. Okay. Cool. See conveyor belts. Those are pretty obvious. What is this guy? Storage or something? Item dispenser. So we'll learn what these are once we start building new ones. And what is this guy? Power pole? Yep. Let's get rid of that. And since we cleared off this whole side, let's get rid of this thing too. Is that another power pole? Yep. All right, let's go talk to Andy here. That looks much better. Look at how much you've already gotten done. My back is so sore already. Oh my dear, we've barely even started. Now let's try to turn some of these components into new conveyor belts. Well, what were you doing for the last 10 years? You could have cleaned this up, right? All right, take a look at the journal I gave you by pressing escape and try to craft some conveyor belts by hand. All right, just hit escape and we got a whole bunch of stuff to look at here. Crafting, a bunch of stuff we can make. This says new, so I'm guessing maybe we unlock these things as we play and discover. What else we got in here before we start crafting? We got quests. We can go back and look at our quests, past and present, I imagine. Friendship. All we know right now is Yonka. I don't know how to pronounce that. And she doesn't like us. There's no hearts. She doesn't want us here. Let's see what else we got. Photos. Okay, cool. Later. Map. We are at Annie's house. There's the big rocket silo. Store, bakery. Okay, bunch of stuff to explore. Settings. I got the music turned off, just a reminder. And the main menu for the game. All right. Let's make what we're supposed to make. It says craft 10 conveyor belts using the journal. Conveyor belts right here. Boom. And craft item at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not working? Let's see it working here. What did I do? Conveyor belt. Iron plates. Items. Ooh, we have what we need here. Oh, I gotta hold down the button. My bad. Can't just click it. You gotta hold it down to craft. How they implement like a crafting time. Okay, we got our 10 conveyor belts. What else you need? Now let's take a look at what you put together. Those are some mighty fine belts you built there. You got a real knack for this. Try placing them under some of the crates around the yard, as well as picking up and putting some down, and putting down some crates. You can change the direction a conveyor belt is moving by pressing F before you place it. You can also remove and pick them up again by hitting them with your hammer. Okay, so when we deconstruct things, it looks like we don't lose the resource. We use the hammer to actually pick things up that we want to pick up. All right, we got a new person kind of hanging around here. Who is this? Oh, this is that Veronica. Hey, Morgan, I wanted to check in and see how you're doing. How was your night? Good. Annie has a spare room upstairs that I'm using. It's cozy, but I like it. She's already put me to work cleaning up this place. Oh boy. Can't say I'm surprised. Make sure to stop by the town later when you get a break. There's a few different shops you can check out. My fiance, Jamie, runs the local bakery. Wait, you're engaged? You never told me this. Right, sorry. We have a lot to catch up on. I'm perpetually engaged. We've been putting off the wedding for over a year now. Bakery hasn't been doing so well, and it's hard to prioritize a wedding when we're not sure how much longer we can keep the doors open. Jamie is sweet, but he's not that great at prioritizing. He can't run a business if he doesn't try to make sales or actually charge people for things. I'll make sure to stop by later then. My coffee fix alone might be enough to turn things around. I would imagine you'll need it. Good luck with the cleanup. I think Yonka's going to be very busy. All right. What do we need to do? We need to place 5 conveyor belts on the ground and then remove them. And then they talked about putting them under these boxes. I think they want to show us some game dynamics here. So let's grab this and drop this guy down. I think is it E? E and then F to rotate. Ooh, or the mouse wheel looks like it rotated there for a second. F, there we go. Boom. If you put a conveyor belt underneath something on the ground, it automatically pops it on top of the conveyor belt and moves it. And then we can pick these up, we said, and we can place them on the belt. E. Boom. And they want us to do 5 of these and then smash them. Let's throw down 2 more belts. E, F to rotate. Boom. Off they go. And now bulk smash. Grab all this stuff up. And we'll pick up these wooden crates. I don't know what they're good for, but we'll take them. All right, talk to Annie again. Looks like you got the hang of this. There's only so much scrap to break apart, though. You'll need to produce components from scratch if you want to keep building new machinery. The first step is to use a furnace to smelt ore into bars. You make a furnace by mining the nearby rocks for stone. You'd find the blueprint for a furnace in your journal. By building one and filling it with coal and iron ore, you can mine nearby deposits by hitting them with your hammer. You can also rotate the furnace before you place it by pressing R or T. Okay. All right. Craft a furnace using the journal and place it. I think we need some stuff. Oh, what was the journal? Escape to get in the journal. There's furnace. We need stone, 9 stone, and we've got it. So let's craft it. Boom. Escape a couple times to get out of that. There's our furnace. Let's plunk this guy down with the E key and put it right there. And then we need to add coal to the furnace. I don't think I have any coal, so we got to find coal. Looks like there's some chunks over here. In fact, let's bust through some of this machinery. Get it out of our way. We'll collect some resource and then also work our way over to this coal deposit. I'm guessing that's coal. These look like automated miners, right? Rusted drill. Cool. And if I click this, coal deposit, 1865 remaining. And there's another one here. All right. Let's hammer that manually, as we do in almost every game. At the start of every factory game. Seems like we're usually swinging a hammer or a pickaxe or something. I'm going to grab 20 of these. And then I'm going to take a little detour because I'm easily distracted. I want to see if there's stuff in these boxes. Copper ore, let's take all that. I want to fix our little robot buddy too and see what he's all about. And we got some iron ore for free. We'll take that too. These crates, I'll pick them up. I'm not sure what they're for yet. All right. Add coal to the furnace and add iron to the furnace. We got some free iron already, so I think I can just pop it in. Let's clean up our hotbar here. I'm going to move all this stuff down. Conveyors I can see using. We'll keep those on the hotbar. Coal we're going to need to put in the furnace, and we're going to need iron, right? Add coal and iron. So pick coal and then E maybe? Yeah, that's loading coal in. Let's put it all in there. We can always get more. I think that's all it's going to take. And then they want us to do the iron. All right, check it out. Out comes a piping hot iron bar. Don't touch it with your hands. Grab it. Ouch. Would you look at that? It's still warm and That's funny. It says warm. All right. Still warm and everything because I mentioned that. All right. Since these furnaces only have one input, you'll need to load coal or ore by hand. The university might have a blueprint for a better type of furnace, like with 2 inputs probably. The next step is to use an assembler to produce items automatically. Crafting things by hand takes too long and will only get you so far. Try building an assembler. After you place it, your journal will open so you can select what you want the assembler to build. Okay. Try feeding in iron bars from the furnace using conveyor belts, then you won't need to load it by hand. You'll need to power the assembler by placing a nearby power pole. You can connect nearby power poles together to get power from the house. Okay. We got to power the assembler. Looks like we've got some non-rusted stuff here. I'm going to clear out this other junk though. Let's get rid of some more of this. give us some parts, actually. We might need to build the other things, and then we want to kind of probably belt. Oh, come on. I'm hitting the wrong keys. Probably want to belt the iron into that furnace, and then we're just going to have to bring the coal over by hand. Or maybe we could belt the coal nearby or something. This is me hitting the wrong keys. I'm used to hitting E here. Use the hammer. Just clearing out all this old stuff. And then we need to run power poles to this guy, and we need to get iron ore in there. Can't really belt iron ore because we don't have the ability to build a miner yet, do we? Doesn't look like it. Assembler, conveyor belt, furnace, item receiver, power pole. Yeah, so that must be coming a little later. Oh, we build bearings? Can. I'm kind of wondering if we should resurrect the bot. We'll do this. We'll try to complete this first objective. And then we'll go see if we can resurrect our little robot buddy. It looks like it's getting to be nighttime here too. All right, they want us to build assembler. This guy. Boom. And then we're going to need power poles too. At least get 2 of these. Not sure what the range is on these guys. Let's put the assembler down somewhere like right there, I guess. Be there so we can see what we're doing. And what did she want us to make? Craft iron plates. Figure. Okay, iron plates. I guess configure. Is this just toggling me through? Here. Plates. How do we actually do that? I don't know. It says iron plates. I'm going to go with it. Belts. Then we need to run power. So power poles. We'll see the ranges. That looks almost. We're going to need 2. We can make it look pretty later, I guess. Up, down, right there. That's powering our assembler. Are you making plates? Add iron bars to the assembler. Oh. Looks like we might not be able to belt feed this thing. Might need, it might need like an inserter instead. It's set up for iron plates. One. All right, what do we need to do for this thing? Add iron bars to the assembler to produce iron plates. Now I know I can do it manually. Do I have any way to do it automated yet? Don't think so. Missing something obvious. Item receiver. Say what this is. Automatically stores items it receives from a conveyor belt. Like this is just storage, right? All right. Let's blast this thing. I'm wondering if I should just put an item receiver there. I can't rotate the screen. And you can see this wants to be the input side. We'll try the conveyor one last time just to make sure I'm not missing something obvious. Boom. That is not being fed as far as I can tell. So this guy goes bye-bye. Oops. Get my hammer out here. Hammer. E. It keeps changing. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Let's feed this guy iron bars. We've got a few. Got stone. I only got 3 iron bars. We'll throw those 3 in there. E. Only required materials can be placed in an assembler. What am I missing here, fellas? Iron plates. 90 per minute iron plates. Materials required. No. Add iron bars to produce iron plates. Figure iron plates. Now let's see if they let me add the bars in. Yep. All right. Let's see if they let me belt them in now that it's configured. That could be the thing that was holding us up. Are you going to take them? Yep. All right. So we can belt feed these things, but they're not going to take input until you configure it. Makes sense. I like it. We could store these. Let's talk to Annie first and see what they want us to do. She's probably sleeping. We might need to go sleep too. Locked us out. Excellent work. Now we need to take these iron plates, turn them into conveyor belts automatically. Build a second assembler using your journal and configure it to make conveyor belts. You can chain the two assemblers together with conveyor belts so that the iron plates from one assembler are fed directly to the next one. That's brilliant. All right, let's see if we got anything for our little buddy here. Don't have any more bearings, but I can make them. I don't have stators. Let's make bearings if we can, and then we'll probably go take a nap. Oh, we passed out from exhaustion. All right. Next day, here's our little diary. It looks like mined resources 252. That's all the stuff we ripped up, I'm guessing. Smelted ore 10. Produced items 7. Building supplies delivered 12. Workplace accident 0. Okay. 1 day without an accident. Look at her crying. Worn out. All right, game saved. Can't believe I overslept. I can. Let's crush this stuff down while we see it. And then I want to see if we can resurrect our little robot buddy. And then we need to chain together two assemblers and make conveyor belts. Should still be empty, right? Yep. And does this tell us something new? Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful spring day. Sunny spring day. Down we go. And nothing new in here, right? Nope. Crush these guys down. Clean up this place. All right, and I want to see if we can make those bearings. I think we can. Escape. I thought I saw them in here. Can I make them by hand? Iron plates. Let's do it. I'm going to make 10 of these. Can't remember exactly how many we need. We can always come in and back and make more. And then what was the other thing? It's something we can't make yet. Dude, it's like those little heat sinks or something. This thing. Yeah, heat sinks and stators we can't make yet, but we can supply the bearings. We'll have to wait till we unlock recipes for the heat sinks. All right, let's head out, get back to work, place the second assembler, build one of those, assembler, plank. And then maybe we can put this stuff into storage too. E. Kind of thinking ahead. We may want to put a splitter off of this guy. Let's do this. Let's go Q and E to rotate this guy. Not seeing that. R seems to work. We want to put it there. And let's configure this guy. Make conveyor belts. That's already getting power. Now let's add storage. Well, let's see what they tell us to do. They may tell us to put a store belts. The last step we need is a way to collect the items you placed automatically. Figured that was the case. Try building a receiver using your journal and connect it with conveyor belts. Doop. Then you can open the receiver and take items directly out of it. All right, I like it. This guy's not doing anything because we got to feed iron too. Let's do some of that. Escape out of that. Select my tool. E. There we go. I'm going to mine about 30 iron here. Just want to make sure our furnace stays running. Eventually, we'll obviously be able to automatically mine this and feed it into the furnace, or upgrade that furnace so we can put 2 belts. One for iron ore and one for coal ore, but for now we just got to kind of do it manual. Like that. Hold down the E key, load that guy up. And let's go get some coal and do the same thing. Looks like there's a pile of copper down here this way, probably. A little bit of copper wire we can pick up. I'll take this up to 40. Good enough. Grab that guy and select the coal. And I'm just going to hold E while I'm pointing at this furnace. Is that loaded already? Coal, 20. All right. And then now we can build the storage. Escape. Item receiver. Takes gears and iron plates. We got plenty of both just from scrapping things. In fact, maybe I'll make a few of these. And let's plunk that down if we can. 3 E. E. 8. I'm using R. R. E. And this belt looks like it might need to be rotated. Oh, there's no belt there, actually. That's the product that came out of the assembler. If I grab a belt and slap it underneath there, we should be good to go. Check it out. We're kind of semi-automated. We don't have iron and coal being fed in automatically because we can't mine automatically yet. All right. Almost there. 8 out of 10. There's 9 out of 10. One more and we should be good. Boom. Talk to Annie again. Hey, look at that. Just humming along. Really takes me back how I missed the sound of the factory. Annie, why won't you show me the rocket silo? I'm sorry, Morgan, but we can't work on the rocket. In fact, you should stay out of the silo entirely. The main doors are seized shut anyway. But I could... No. And I would prefer if we don't talk about this anymore. If you're looking for something else to help with, perhaps you can help me out with repairing Pico. Some of his parts have worn out. I want to work on the rocket. Meaning to build the replacement parts myself, but time got away from me. Go see Rebecca at the university. She can help you research the parts needed for his repairs. Press M to open your map and mark where the university is for you. See. Okay, I like it. Let's go find the university so we can research parts. There it is. Boom. And they said mark the map. Is there a way to actually mark it? I'm looking at the bottom. It says space to select, escape to close. Previous and next tab are these tabs up here. Space. Nothing. I'm not sure if there is a way to mark it yet. University. Let's see what we need to do visually. Need to head out. Need to make what is a left turn for my little character here. Gotta go this way. Don't fall off the earth. There we go. Ooh, extra conveyor belts. Are these dead? Say. Let's look at our inventory. We've got 4 on the hotbar. I'm just curious, if I rip these up, do I get... No, I'm just getting parts. Do a little bit of this. I don't want to spend the whole episode deconstructing things. I'll grab these since I popped through the other side. We'll pick up a little bit as we go. All right, let's keep moving. We read that sign? Hey, Glidercat Let's Play Season 1. Nice. Nice creative name. All right, somewhere there is a university. Looks like we get across a bridge. This guy. Got more broken down stuff here. Let's grab it. I will try and clean a little as we go. Eventually we'll get it all up. This mud looks like it might be the place. That. Dropbox. No current deliveries. Okay, interesting. More junk for us to pick up. Not going to bother with it right this second. Click on the door to get in. Hello over there. Hello. Sorry, I don't think we're open right now. Not even for me? What? Mo? No way. I can't believe you're still going to call me Mo. Mo, it's been so long. Veronica told me that you were back in town. Are you staying with your aunt? Yeah, I'll be at her place for a while. I was hoping to help her work on the rocket, but she doesn't seem to want to talk about it much. It's been a hard last few years for a lot of people, your aunt included. She used to come in here all the time for research, but over time it's really slowed down. I actually haven't seen her stop by in months now. Is there any way I can help you guys out? Annie gave me a list of parts I needed for repairing Pico, but some of these I'm not sure how to make. Can I take a look? I could certainly draft up the blueprints for those. You're going to need a lot of material, though. I could also come up with some blueprints for a drill for you. Something you could use to mine rocks automatically. Yes, please. Seriously, you would do that for us? I'd be happy to. Truth be told, even the university has been short on funding, so there hasn't been any money for research. And with that, finishing my master's, honestly, this is the most interesting thing to come by here in a long time. If you want to start a new research item, first see me at the desk here to select what you'd like to research. After you do that, there's some additional help I'll need from you. Let's step outside for a minute. Oh no, she's going to ask for cash. Don't have any. Draft new blueprints. I'll need you to deliver components that I can use for my research. When you select a new research item at the desk, it will list what components you'll need to deliver. Once you finish crafting the requirements, you can drop them in the chute here at any time. Okay. Got it. So she's going to ask for certain components. We go off, we craft them, or we craft them by hand if we can, and we drop them in this chute. I see. You can also inspect the Dropbox itself to see your current progress. All right. I'll get started on that right away. Thanks so much, Rebecca. Anytime, come see me once you're done. Okay. Research tier 2 components at the university. All right. Is there anything in here yet? No. Okay. Do I have to go to the counter? Research test hours, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Oh, man. We're late. So, okay, there's about... I click on the computer. It says there's about 30 browser tabs open. That's like mine. That's hilarious. All right, let's go explore a little bit while we're here. I'm not sure what else we can do, if anything. Probably have to come back unless I'm missing something obvious. Which is often the case. Yeah, if we had picked something to research, I think it would be telling us here, hey, you need to supply, 40 more gears or something. But nothing here. I think this is a good place to wrap up episode 1. We got through a lot of the prologue dialogue. Can I take up these stones? I can. Yeah, we got through the prologue. We kind of got an idea of what's going on here. We got to build a tiny little bit of initial automation. And it sounds like once we come back tomorrow, maybe we can queue up the research for these tier 2 components. But we got to come during business hours, apparently, and past business hours. Yeah, we'll stop it here. I'm going to chew up the rest of this resource, at least, in between episodes. But yeah, again, this is Little Rocket Lab. I'm playing an early playtest version of a demo. So expect improvements. We might see a few glitches. We may see some things that aren't done. The developers did mention to me that the interiors are going to be enhanced. Interiors of the different buildings and stuff. So it's still a work in progress, but man, pretty cool. We haven't encountered any bugs or glitches. It's fairly intuitive to play. So yeah, I want to thank Glidercat patrons, channel members for their support. And with that, I'll see you all in the next episode.